Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Soulstorm cast this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 1 vs 1 on Tranquility's End. Playing on southern side as the Eldar, we've got Calvin Klein. And playing on northern side as the Dark Eldar, we've got Espada. Espada will be opening up for a couple of mandrakes, a Dark Foundry and a Plasma Generator. Whereas Calvin Klein is going to go for a couple of Guardians, Fleet of Foot Research, Aspect Portal, and a Plasma Generator as well. So we are quite a micro-intensive matchup, I do have to say. You've got the Eldar, who are going to open up with their Reaper Aspect Stone add-on from the Aspect Portal. So expect to see a couple of those squads coming out and harassing and harrying the Dark Eldar, but also the Dark Eldar going for their Dark Foundry, so potential for Hellions and their jet bikes as well. So lots of units going to be zipping and zapping across the board and doing lots of hits and runs and such. So yeah, I don't think that this matchup is necessarily Eldar favoured, especially in the early game. All the Dark Reapers will be chased around by Hellions or shot down by jet bikes, especially if they can get a quick tier 2 and they can get the targeting Reaver module thingamadoodad for the jet bikes to make them do sizable amounts of damage against infantry. Quite often we have seen Dark Eldar and Eldar being a Dark Eldar win, depending on actually how well the Eldar can defend. So early game, maybe the Eldar struggle a bit. They tend to build up some support portals inside their base. Not support portals, support platforms, the turrets and such. And yeah, so they'll build some stuff up, maybe upgrade their listing shrines, and then be chased around inside their base and hope that their buildings and turrets do the majority of the killing. Whether that will happen today, it is quite a large map. So maybe the Dark Eldar don't necessarily have all the time to run down there. And also, unlike other maps, the listing posts will be spread out quite a lot. So maybe Dark Eldar might focus more on trying to get the map control outside of the main base rather than going in for the early game kill. Who knows, baby? Who knows? No two games of Dawn of War are exactly the same. All sorts of different things can happen. And as the game goes on, it's really hard to tell which... Ooh, that's a bit cheeky. Slave Chamber stopping the Dark Reapers running as clearly as they'd want to, but attempting to get a decap on Espada's points. Some support fire coming with that Dark Reaper Exarch, which increases the overall DPS of every other model inside the squad. Although very expensive, these Dark Reapers are 70 blue and 0 green and 80 and 30 to reinforce. So every model lost is quite a pain. So Micro is definitely the prime concern of Calvin Klein here. Already got a fair few Dark Reaper models on low health at the moment. Everyone's going to run home. See, this is the problem because of the melee focus of the Dark Eldar. If you've got 2 Dark Reaper squads and they've got 2 melee squads, well, you'll just be chased around all day long. And that's a problem for everyone. Bonsinger attempting to build up that support platform, but being killed straight away. The Dark Eldar not wanting to tussle with 2 squads of Dark Reapers in close concert and instead will focus on smashing down these listing shrines off in the distance. Sadly though, the Hellions and the Reaver jet bikes aren't amazing at taking down buildings with particular swiftness. So the Eldari will have chance to fight back, but the Hellions deciding, okay, well, you're going to fight us over here. We'll just come over and go for a decap on the relic. While the Guardians attempt to go for the critical location in the centre. Mandrakes will attempt to shake them off, but the Dark Reapers going to fire away, make sure they're on the back foot. And Hellions, squad wipe going on there. So the relic is safe and sound for Calvin Klein to exploit. Critical location on the far right side, falling under the power of the Eldari, whereas Drukari having a look on the right hand side. Tower of Loathing being assaulted by the Dark Reapers now. And we are seeing a tier 2 from Espada at the moment. So this is why the Eldar are getting a little bit more map control than they would otherwise normally get at this stage of the game. Just because a lot of the money has been spent on taking up from the Dark Eldar perspective. But surely this will mean then that the jet bike upgrade and spam will be the primary focus here. Yeah, tier 2 has been finished. Oh no, going to go for Demonic Corruption Research for your Mandrake. That's interesting. For why? That's my question. Either way, Burn Singers will be shot down one by one as the support platform has been sorted out. Dark Reapers will come back to see if they can get rid of these Reaver jet bikes. Mandrakes over here slicing down the Listening Shrine. Another squad of Mandrakes coming over as double Dark Reapers are inside the Dark Eldar base. And oh no, you get your Reaver. Right, you get it from the Dark Foundry, not from the Homunculus Laboratory. Bit of a pain there, because that means while that's reset, you can't build more jet bikes. We've only got 3 down here. And once that's done, the sheer amount of firepower that these guys can throw out is incredible. And Eldari at the moment are still in Tier 1. They've upgraded all their inside their base Listening Shrines there. As I say, they'll be able to defend a lot more inside their base while running around. All the Dark Reapers have now been forced back home, although one squad of Guardians have been left over to try and decap. In fact, they do get the decap on the relic, but the jet bikes will sort them the rest out. And getting the same kind of treatment inside the base. Although 2 of the Reaver jet bikes quite low on health at the moment. We'll see the squad of Guardians and take them out, no problems whatsoever. 1 squad of Mandrakes, almost squad wiped, but narrowly surviving. So yeah, a bit of base harassment on both sides. Dark Eldar, a real pain that they've lost their relic. That takes quite a while to capture in comparison to a regular strategic point. The Eldari throwing a lot of money over on this little forward position they've got going on here. Attempting to build a webway gate, but will cancel it. And soon to lose their support platforms as well.
5 minutes.
Those Mandrakes now have their demonic little bits of lightning going on. Attacking a lot quicker, doing a lot more damage in close combat. Over here, powerful defensive line of 1, 2, 3 Dark Reapers. Also on the cusp of the river. So potentially going to make use of that negative cover. Oh, 4th squad of Dark Reapers. A lot of investment in Tier 1. Are you going for Tier 2 at the moment? No, you've got a second plasma generator. Current economy is 97 and 20. Compared to 62 and 20. So the Dark Eldar throwing a lot of money in their upgrades and such, but not necessarily in their economy at the moment. They do have a slave slaving away at collecting those souls. So maybe some mass morale breaking might be what the Doctor ordered. Do have the squads of Mandrakes moving forward, but I don't think they're going to really survive long. Oh, I see you're coming forward to absorb the damage for the Reaver jet bikes. They now come in, start bringing out that damage. Morale almost been broken across the board by the Eldar global ability, or Dark Eldar global ability. Oh, and a couple of minefields as well. Very cheekily placed. A minefield can easily kill a whole fleet of Reaver jet bikes if these guys properly go on top of them. Ah, nice defense. All the Mandrakes, with the exception of 1 squad, being killed. A couple of jet bikes being sorted out. But this is a lot of investment in their defense. We'll now see Tier 2 coming for the Eldar, but they are massively behind in the tech department. But I think that the Dark Eldar really haven't been able to capitalise on that tech advantage. Though they have managed to sort out this listening post and now also the one on the right hand side as well. But even with the map control that they've got now, I mean, what, 62 and 20, and I mean, yeah, okay, the Eldari are now nowhere near where they want to be economically. They've still got that advantage. And Dark Reapers in Tier 1 can still quite handily sort out the majority of what the Dark Eldar have in Tier 2. That's, of course, to go for a mass of Scourges, but they don't seem to be going for any Scourges. No Hall of Blood at the moment. They're just sat on their Mandrakes and the Reaver jet bikes, constantly keeping tabs on the Listening Shrines, making sure the Eldari don't push out too much. The jet bike's going to fall back just a little bit, just slightly out of range for the Dark Reapers. Not quite ready to go at them. But not wanting to commit neither. Oh no, they're going to come back. Going to finish it off maybe? Pulling back one Reaver Jet bike that's low on health, very much like that. Managing to get the listing post before then falling back. A healing way station. Don't often see this at all. But when the Eldari are on a skeleton's crew of economy, they need to keep every model alive for as long as possible. A healing way station as they play the defensive game is definitely what they want to do. Don't normally see the Eldari playing the defensive game. It's the only really matchup that you would see them do this in. And the Dark Eldar now, thankfully, switching up their strategy. The Reaver Jet bikes aren't working for them anymore. So they've now got to think about the later stages of the game. Which is good. Quite often you'll see Dark Eldar players just say, no, I'm going to stick with the Reaver Jet bikes, regardless of what happens. But the Eldar have ways and methods to deal with Reaver Jet bikes in their tier 2s. They've got the Dark Reapers. Not Dark Reapers, sorry. They've got the Fire Dragons that can kill them basically in half a second. They've also got the combination of the Falcon Grav Tank and the Fire Dragons. They can basically just jump over inside the base and kill a whole bunch of buildings if they want to. Hall of Blood is about to finish. They've got the Witch Cult Arena, and a Archon will come out. So he's got a stun that can keep the Dark Reapers in place. Also has the Crucible of Maledictum, which further stuns them, but also makes them attack allies as well. So it does negate the maneuverability of the Dark Reapers quite considerably. And maybe some Witches as well, as they can give all their allies a little bit of a speed boost. A fair bit of damage at range as well, so you don't necessarily need them to get into close combat. There we go, Crucible of Maledictum. Or Malediction, sorry. Pardon my poor diction there. Forward webway gate for easy retreat options. Support portal coming online. And the Eldar now, quite healthy economy. You can do a lot with 100 plus. Regardless of what faction you play. A couple of Incubi. And the Dark Eldar have now finally unlocked the infernal engines of their economy.
5 minutes.
Making use of that extra Tower of Loathing that they've managed to snaggle. Couple of Dark Reapers shifting and moving through that webway. Curse of the Maledictum. Every time I said that ability, I changed the word a little bit. That's funny. But these guys have been shafted, losing quite a lot of their models. And another stun as well. Oh dear, oh dear. That is one squad wipe. There's not what you want to see, so these Dark Reapers now will really not want to go off on their own. In any way, shape or form. Mandrake infiltration as well. And at the moment, the Eldari don't have any infiltration detection. Double Dark Reapers there making use of that Falcon Grav Tank. Open fire on the Tower of Loathing. And even though these guys aren't anti-building and such, just a sheer amount of firepower. Oh no, go on, finish him off, it's nearly there.
4 minutes until...
Oh, not quite been able to get it, that's very unfortunate for Calvin Klein. Oh no, he gets it. Falcon Grav Tank with his Bright Lance. Sorts him out. Reaver Jet bikes coming in on the right hand side. And the swift maneuverability of the Eldari. Keeping the Dark Reapers exactly where they need to be. The forward webway gate there has been sliced up by the Mandrakes. But now potentially going to be able to reclaim their half of the map. The Spanner has currently got the location countdown victories on the go. 3 minutes and 14 seconds left. The Eldari should be able to recapture all that. Or at least deny the countdown. Got a Raider coming in and also the first squad of Witches.
Until taken whole victory.
So the Raider not nearly as effective as a transport vehicle as the Falcon Grav Tank, but it's got quite a lot of firepower on it. Can also jump on top of enemies and break morale. for an AoE kind of splash attack. Tier 3 now for the Dark Eldar. And the Harlequin moves on forward, is able to detect infiltrated units. Can also jump around and be a general nuisance at disrupting formations. Spot platform has now got the D cannon, the mass AoE damage. Can also basically one-shot Reaver jet bikes. Plenty of Dark Reapers to send that Raider backwards. And there we go, the map has been more or less reset. Eldar have got the infiltration thingamadoodad on the webway gates. Has kept them alive for a little while. All goes relatively quiet at the moment. Everyone just posturing their armies. Dark Eldar looking like that they're going to attack on the left-hand side. Eldar, though, with their Falcon grav tanks, can react to wherever the Dark Eldar go. Whereas the Dark Eldar lack that kind of ability to reposition. We do have plenty of infiltrated stuff. We do have a minefield on the right, although it has been spotted. The problem with attacking a minefield in melee is that it will get you. That Reaper's now firing from a distance. The second squad of Dark Reapers as well. Second group even. The cast has gone on, and a beautiful Soulstorm. The Dark Reapers will be able to hide from that Soulstorm by jumping inside the Falcon grav tank. Raider comes in from the side, forcing the Dark Reapers to retreat. The Archon has taken quite a beating here. Good assault from the Dark Eldar, but just the power of being able to jump inside and outside of vehicles, keeping a lot of these guys alive for the moment. One webway gate. About to go down. Surviving on 11 health. Anyone just give it a little bit of a lick? No, not quite. There we go. That also adds the health regen of these guys. Well, they are already full health, more or less. Oh, the Warp Beast. That's a problem. That is a major problem for the Eldari. I mean, look at these. Just three boys. And how quickly they could just munch through absolutely every type of armor type, really. Which is attempting to draw the focus of these Dark Reapers away. As the Warp Beasts just blow over the webway gates and such. Eldari are now in tier 3, I do believe. Yes, you are. You're getting your Warp Spiders out. And also your Warp Spider equipment.
We walk our path.
See, the council will also be quite useful. Oh no, dear, that is not where they want to be. They've been tied up by the Archon, and now given the Warp Beast a chance to surround them. Very expensive to reinforce these guys at 80 blue and 50 green. But the Eldar now have got quite a sizable economy and plenty saved up as well. But all the same, the Seer Council eaten alive, one model left, which is providing some combat stimulants for everyone to get involved with. And the Falcons retreat in good stead. Going to occupy this top ridge, which to be fair, if the Dark Eldar start attacking down the right side or a little bit closer to the left side, from rather than attacking from this side but down from the middle, Dark Reapers can just sit here and fire down from the high ground, and the melee squads of the Dark Eldar will really struggle to sort them out. Unless they go for a couple of scourges of fire support. Here comes a Soul Cage. I assume you're probably getting your big upgrades for potential Avatar of Cain. So maybe the double relics will be happening in the near future. Dark Reaper's been pinned to the ground, eaten alive. Yeah, that's just such a powerful combination. I mean, even with their sizable economy, the Eldar are spending every penny that they've got. There's a whole bunch of Bright Lance platforms.
6 minutes until
It would be good if they can kill all these forward slave chambers, because that will prevent the Dark Eldar from recruiting any more units, as they will be squad capped. But against the Warp Beast, the Bright Lance won't be doing much at all. Heavy infantry armor though, they're not considered like demons or anything. On a Raven, a flying thing. General purpose, kills everything, but quite fragile, as would a Drukhari aircraft be. More minefields. Got plenty of minefields inside the base. Beautiful thing. And a prism aspect stone add-on. There's some fire prisms as well. So yes, Calvin Klein is just thinking, right, I need a little bit of everything. Sort these guys out. A vehicle focus maybe, just because of the Archon being able to stun lock your infantry. So without sizable amounts of vehicular support,
5 minutes until
there'll be difficult times abound. Cheeky minefield though, keeping those war beasts at bay. Wonderful use of the support platforms and minefields for defensive reasons. Crucible sorting out those Dark Reapers. Do have some Rangers off in the distance. Oh, I quite like the Rangers. Try and break the morale of the war beasts. Soulstorm moving forward. But does not do any damage against buildings, which is something I've just let this moment. Yeah, very nice use of the Rangers actually. One Warp Beast pack goes down. Yeah, because when the Warp Beasts have the morale broken, they are forced to fight amongst each other. Unless, of course, there's a Beastmaster that does, like, a Inspire ability. Makes them immune to morale damage for a little while afterwards as well. But it does have a cooldown. So once that ability is done, more Rangers, more morale-breaking stuff. Very nice. Bright Lance is firing away at the Raven up in the air. Couple of volleys and that Raven is down. But the Pimpmobile, the Dice of Destruction, swanning on over. Can he get past the slave chambers there? Yes, he can. He just needs to nuzzle this torch slave out the way, but he's too busy at work, man. There's a catch-22. If you stop working to move out your way, the Dark Eldar will beat you up because you've stopped doing work. And if you don't get out of your way, well, then they'll beat you up for not getting on the way. It's a lose-lose situation for that torture slave. Some fire prisms, some Wraith Tome, and more Dark Reapers. The Dais comes down the middle. Pardon me. And a beautiful slice of that Dark Scythe. Doesn't do huge damage, but it does damage to everyone. Consistent amount of AoE damage. Once again, the Dark Reaper's been sorted out. Combat stimulants to keep the fighting forces of the Drukhari quite mobile. Well, the Dice Destruction goes down for all those weapon support platforms and also that Fire Prism. Can swap out its weapons, so it could be anti-vehicle or anti-infantry depending on what you fancy. But can he do both at the same time? Archon has now got 6 members in his squad, with himself and the 5 incubuses. The Warp Beast continuing their reign of terror inside the base. And the Drukhari are quite keen to not let this forward base go up for the Eldar. Archon is dead. The Fire Prism being munched on at the moment. Now also have a Ravager. A lot of firepower on that bad boy as well. We might see a full roster from both sides today, as everything and the kitchen sink has been thrown at the Eldari. See if they could break their defensive positions, but no, not quite. They stand firm as they fall back for another think of what to do. Replacement Dias. Current economy is 119 and 73 compared to 113 and 88. Got to get your big units out while you can, as the game will slowly start descending into small economies for everyone having their strategic points being decayed. Do have this webway assembly just parkouring. It's not built, it's kind of just standing there. Like a mosquito stuck in amber, it will just remain in that position for as long as it needs to. Dice coming over to the left-hand side. Seems that the Dark Eldar have got a penchant for attacking on this side. And, yep, the assembly's been finished. Well, I'm going to have to watch from the Eldar perspective to be able to see all the infiltrated buildings. And everything remains quiet for a little while. Dice pushing out into the centre. And we'll take out that Falcon grav tank. Well, the question is, do the Dark Eldar attempt to get the Annihilation victory, or the critical location countdown? Quite hard to do on a map this wide. It might be worth it just because the Eldar having such an amount of defensive structures inside their base. It's more cost effective to have a few more fights around the critical locations first. Beautiful Soulstorm. That's a lot of Dark Reapers taking a lot of damage. That will force them back into the webway gate. They're still alive, but unable to contribute to the battle at the moment. There's everything that the Eldari know and loves. It's munched and crunched. Here comes some more witches. Oh, a replacement squad of the Seer Council. Now, you don't normally see a game of Dark Eldar vs Eldar getting to this stage. Normally it's either the Dark Eldar have assaulted so much in Tier 1, there's no chance of the Eldari fighting back, or the Dark Eldar have thrown so much at the Eldar that the Eldar could then throw up a wonderful counter-attack. But it seems that neither the Dark Eldar have got that early game damage done, nor have they thrown too much of their stuff away. I don't really know what to expect from this point onwards. Fire prisms. Oh, you're throwing a little cheeky terror grenade there. Coming in to get some shots off at the Ravengers. Warp Beast Pack moving forward. And the powerful firing line of the Eldari, not looking all that scary at the moment now. One of the Dark Reapers has been switched off again. Global ability to ruin the morale. Although the Seer Council seem to be doing alright at the moment. Corrosive Acid and a beautiful Dark Scythe going across the firing line there. But the Archon has been forced back by that Seer Council. Ravager goes down. Dias soon to fall if he doesn't get out of there. Be very careful with that Dias, because it's probably the most fragile of the relic units in the game. At least the ones that come to mind. Also, the pathing for it's really rubbish, so it's quite hard to get it out of combat if there's lots of stuff going on around him. I mean, we saw his movement being blocked by a singular slave earlier on. Oh, did you have to delete the slave chamber to get by? Maybe. Maybe, baby. Second Cabal Fortress for more plasma generators. And Rangers have been spotted and will be chased away. Might potentially get a flanking maneuver on them as well. If they can get this, then the risks to their Warp Beasts will be dramatically reduced. The Raven as well in the air. A lot of these Rangers are just playing Dozy-Dur with these Drukhari. Another Fire Prism. Ruining the day. And eventually those Rangers get caught by the Archon. Can they survive this mega charge? Does seem like it. as they've been forced back by the double Dark Reapers and the Fire Prism. So just when you thought that the Dark Eldar had a little bit of push and manoeuvring going on there, maybe they could have got a bit of a leg up for those Rangers being dead. Another Scythe, and that's killed just 3 of those dudes. Almost killing another 3. If he was able to keep his attention on them, but decided to focus on the Seer Council instead. Good lord, you just can't predict what's going on. Eldar in a prime position briefly to maybe assault the Dark Eldar base and give them a taste of their own medicine, but that's not what's happened. Dark Eldar rebalancing the board. With Dice in the middle.
Identify the enemy you wish to annihilate.
So what's going on at the moment? Are you getting your avatar potentially? You are indeed. So that will give the Eldari even more squad cap to play with, although they're still not on their maximum. But the avatar also provides massive bonuses in the way of morale, build speed, all that is you know, it's quite decent in combat, but his main bonus is all the buffs that he gives to the Eldar faction as a whole. Whether the Drukhari are going to respond. What's your squad cap at the moment? 13 and 20. We've got a bit saved up. I mean, Scourges, man. That's what I would say in this scenario. Something to kill all these extra gubbins. Because you can't really get to them at the moment, just because of how fast that they can travel and jump around, but so too can the Scourges. Another stun. Oh, they've flew too close to the sun here. And very quickly and rapidly, do these guys go down? The whole Dark Eldar army just swarming over to those Rangers, and the squad has been wiped. Fire Prism about to be munched. There we are, sir. Carelessly losing a couple of models there. Here comes the Dice, but he's going to sit right on top of a minefield, but the minefield has not been finished. However, the one on the right has. The Ravager will be shafted quite quickly. If he doesn't get off it, there we go. There goes Kane. Going up against the Dice. Dice throws out another big old slice. And managed to get that killing blow there. Beautiful stuff. Another Soulstorm. And oh dear, the Falcon Graviton going down at the worst possible moment. You know, these guys are going to walk through that Soulstorm. War Beasts have had morale broken across both their ranks. And the War Beast pack over here has got no Beast Master to regain the morale. Just one War Beast pack going down. Another one potentially soon to follow. As the Seer Council have done some sort of pushback. Yeah, that's super unfortunate. Now finally seeing the Seer Council, or the Farseer even, joining that group as she adds her combat prowess. Maybe potentially see the Mind Wall go on the Archon. But she has been stunned by the Crucible. And in fact, yeah, just full squad wipe there. That is quite sad. Avatar thinking of going back in for a second slice. And while he might not win, he's at least holding them back for a little while, occupying their attention, while the Eldar start capping and decapping the critical locations. I'm going to go for more Fire Prisms and some Warp Spiders. Yes, that is exactly what you want. Jump in, jump out, make use of this terrain against the melee fighting forces of the Drukhari. Got a second Dark Foundry. Oh, one Dark Foundry is specifically for rebuilding the Dais. He's got his own little car park going on in there, as is his rights. Let me preserve here. Been surrounded a bit. It's not happy days. Stun on him. One thing as well that these extra incubi do, not only do they reduce the cooldown time of the Archon's abilities, also increase the length. So he definitely wants the maximum amount of incubi in his squad as humanly possible. Look at these guys are being munched and crunched. Those double Ravagers oppress the left flank of the Eldari. Warp Spiders will be forced back. I assume we've double jumps to get over here. There's no jumping juice left. And a bit of a counter assault on the right side. The Avatar King was inside the building, but not much. Is Dice still alive? Dice still alive. That's what you are.
We are taking damage.
See a council defending the critical location on the right hand side. What beast pack? Thinking about going in, but deciding against it. Against this absolute slog of firepower that I've got to deal with. And slow but surely the Eldar are looking a bit stronger. They've got their elite units out. They've got the Relic unit out as well. Still plenty of Dark Reapers left over. Thinking about going to the middle, but deciding against it. Just going to leave this place undone, although they will try and rebuild, or try to build a Tower of Loathing on that. The capping and decapping does reset the decaying timer, so that means that listing post will give you full money. Some of this one over here has been denied, and then will, I assume, be recaptured. Dice in the middle, starting his own Warp Storm actually. More people being caught in the trap. Warp Spiders focusing on the Ravager over there. They can use their Hex Grenades to do a fair bit of damage against vehicles. Dice, I don't feel like the Dice can actually jump away. So again, the pathing really stitching him up here. D-Cannon getting all the AoE damage you could possibly want or need. It's a beautiful thing to witness. Avatar has been brought down to just over half health at the moment there. But I don't know if he actually benefits from sitting next to the healing webway. I assume he would. He's not a vehicle, is he? Well, a lot of fighting going over in the centre. Warp Spider's been able to hold their own. And yeah, the Warp Beast packs just jump in and teleport away and carry on firing. And while there's a limit on 3 Warp Spiders, there's only a limit of 2 on the Warp Beast packs. So they will be outnumbered by their elite-most infantry. Kane just smiting the Archon over here. But oh no, the Archon wins. Of course the Archon wins. Never expect the Avatar to win a battle. Not for support anyway. And they come jumping in. And they want to get the squad wipes in. Double Wraith Lords and Bright Lances to sort out the Ravager. And with their tail in between their legs, they fall back. Maybe going to stop the Eldari from capturing their natural right side listening post. Big push in from the Archon, but I don't know if you've got the firing potential to take on all 3 squads of Warp Spiders. Dice of Destruction comes in once again. Another slice of death. Doesn't quite get everyone. We've certainly got this left-hand unit. A lot of people got low health at the moment in there. That's about to go down for the second time as they start flambeing his women. Does he narrowly survive there? He does. Somehow, somewhere. No, don't turn around and engage. Go back home and repair. Oh dear. Manages to save him. So maybe that was the right call. Now we've got Fire Prisms and double Bright Lights platforms. Tempting to see what they could do on the left flank. Ravager comes in. He is massively outgunned here and also surrounded. Not where he wants to be. Not where he wants to be at all. He's been punched by Wraithlord. That's pretty hardcore. So look at the economy, it's 121 and 67 compared to 127 and 57. So, very even economies. As even as one can get without it being the same. Continue pushing on in. The fire prism will just fly away towards the warp spider protection. Good lord, I did not expect this game to go on for this long, but it has, and there's no clear sign of who's going to win. Another fire prism coming out. What else have you got? Would the homunculi be a useful addition to your fighting forces? Do you have the homunculi? No, you don't.
We are taking damage.
Warp spiders anticipating the warp beasts. Beast versus spider in a warpy warp zone. We've also got a sneaky troop of Seer Council men and women. Although this will definitely attract the attention and the ire of the Dark Eldar. But while they throw absolutely everything at the Seer Council and see if they can kill them, the Eldar moving force on the right hand side. A little bit of trickery. And all the Seer Councilmen go down, but at what cost? As they've once again lost their strategic point to the Eldar. And any kind of economic boost you can gain at this stage of the game is very important, as in theory everyone should be on practically zero economy, but no, apparently not. Well, that's not how it works.
Strike quickly while our enemies. We are taking damage.
Got a big boom from the fire prism. Warp spiders repositioning. Plenty of fire being thrown down. As the Reaver gets a good targeting from everyone briefly. Archon losing a fair few of his... Oh no, that was a full-blown squad wipe right there. Hecky flip. He stood there for a brief moment and then he wasn't. Dice of Destruction attempting to do stuff. But I don't know if now playing aggressively... Oh dear, he's completely missed it. I don't know if now playing aggressively from the perspective of the Dark Eldar is what you want to do. Not when you've just lost your whole Archon squad. And the fire prisms now going for their anti-vehicle weapons, I do believe. Corrosive acid on top of the fire prism, but it can just fly away. That's the thing it can do. The dice been sent almost to the bin. If they can keep them online. Warp Beast not giving the Warp Spiders a moment of peace. As the Dice goes back for repairs. Those very essential repairs. I don't think you've got the money to replace him. Oh, you do! You do have plenty of money to replace him.
Enemy fire.
But waste not, want not. Oh, he's come back. He's come back for more damage. Ah, that's because the top slaves will come in and repair him on the field. And is that all? Warp Spiders dead? Oh no, you've all gone inside the webway gate before it went down. Not wanting to engage too much with these guys.
Disembarking.
Your dice now going to be repaired. A decap on the... Oh no, you're not going to go for a decap. Makes no difference though. This resource has already been reset, so... I'll still give you the green. The lean, green and mean. More Wraithlords, not a bad idea. Anti-vehicle is what you're going up against quite a lot with this Dias. We're also able to punch things in close combat, so if the Warp Beasts do come in, at least got a little bit of a defensive mechanism built in. What's the Eldar base going? I'm going to go for another Slave Chamber and another Cabal Fortress. Avatar King is back on. I mean, if yeah, the Dark Eldar got this much... Oh no, you've spent it all on stuff. What have you spent it all on? More Raiders. More Raiders from here as well. Yeah, okay, alright. I can pick up what you're putting down. I can catch your vibe.
Under enemy fire.
The one lonely Ravager. Not going to break through this firing line. Beautiful shade of red from Calvin Clan today. Now to reclaim
Strike quickly.
these strategic points that you've lost. Avatar King going to smash down this Tower of Loathing. And the calm before the storm.
We are shadow deep.
Who is to say who's coming out here? Dark Eldar going for the tried and tested focus on the left. More minefields being placed down by the Burnslingers.
Would that the universe could be held so easily.
Here they come for a push. Big stun on the Warp Spiders over here. Can the Warp Beasts munch on them before they escape? They're so close to Webway Gate that quite easy just to jump inside, but no, they managed to kill the entire squad of Warp Spiders. So now there's only two, and I don't think you could replace them just as easily. That's quite expensive to get those guys back out. I want to throw them away willy-nilly. Over here the Warp Spiders are doing their own thing. Warp Spiders in the sense of capturing the critical location. So that was perfect timing for the Dark Eldar to get some damage in. We've got another decap on this strategic point, but it doesn't seem to be doing any real major problems for the economy. Everyone's economy is doing remarkably well. Oh, I apologise. I've been recording all day. Can't stop myself yawning. Firing down for the Dark Reapers, off in the distance. Soulstorm randomly placed there. We need to move on over. And the Avatar chasing around this dais. One thing as well is that because it's a relic unit with so much health and such, quite often draws a lot of firepower from the enemy as well. Another bonus for him. Big push inside the base. But all these cannons and mines and such don't rightly know this is what they want. Double fire prisms jumping over the mountain as they come to focus on the witch squads. Maybe get some. Oh no, you're going to get some shots off on the dais. Big zap. Kills no one. Gets the damage done. More spiders moving around everywhere. Double ravens in the air as well. And the left assault failed once again, which means now time for a right assault. Don't want one side to feel left out, do you? Support platform goes down. Webway Gate key. I mean, you've got some lads inside your webways. You can bring them over there, but do you want to risk it? No, they don't. You're going to let that one slide. Now we're going to start attacking the Dark Eldar base. Hold up. Say that, they've got one Dark Foundry. They've got another one. Yeah, they've got another one inside their base. This one is the one that's at 50% for another dais. I just don't think it's that making that much of an impact on the game, to be honest. It's the Archon that's the real unsung hero in this matchup. He's the one you want to fear and focus the most. Huge explosions, everyone runs across that negative cover. Eldari positioning themselves wonderfully. That's very unfortunate. Don't want to be caught out with your boots all wet. Fire prisms coming in. Getting shot down. Avatar of Cain taking on a Ravager. There's not much left of the Dark Eldar fighting forces. They've all been sent back. Even the Warp Beasts are on their way out at the moment. Let's have a look at the current squad cap. 17, 24, and 5. Yeah, okay, so you've got not much in the way of an army. But you are now all of a sudden starting to spend your money. There's the homunculus. That's what we wanted to see. Pop down a torture ramp. Slow everyone down for a little bit. Quite easy to also miss them in combat. If you pop them down right in the middle of everyone. There's another Hall of Blood. I suppose you've got so much money, you may as well start pumping these out as quickly as you can. The Hall of Blood there has not got planning permission. Not allowed to be built up. The shoe is now firmly on the other foot. The Eldar have got the map control. They're now attacking on the right and left flanks. We've got one War Beast Pack Master and a glowing green whip. That's okay, nearly down for the count. Can the Archon be the one to kill him? Nope, just the general death. General sad death for the Avatar. Just another Tuesday for him. Or Thursday, whenever this game comes out. Still not used to the new routine of releasing games once every 2 days rather than once every day. Good lord. Well, the assault's happening inside the Dark Eldar. That's quadruple Wraith Lords. Dark Eldar. We'll have to do something about that. That's something that you can't really ignore. At the moment, no real anti-vehicle unit being got. And now they've also been squad capped as well, so unable to get past 8. So even if they wanted to build up some scourges with Dark Lancers, they can't at the moment. Until the slave chambers slowly but surely start manifesting from the warp.
6 minutes until
Over here we've got a couple of ravens. A raven and a torture ramp. Now looking to kill the main fortress as well. Very unfortunate if they manage to get that. Rifflord being chased away by the witches. Dear oh dear. What are the options for the Dark Eldar at the moment? I mean, they've got a decent stun. And potential squad wipe. Looks like they will get. One Dark Reaper standing his best, but will go down. Rifflords have kicked the Witch Cult Arena down to the ground. Dice is still alive there. War Beasts chewing at the ankles of those Wraith Lords until they go down. Like a beaver trying to get down a tree. Ravenger looking elsewhere to go just to protect all this stuff, I reckon. Yeah, no AV. It is quite painful. I mean, yeah, okay, the War Beasts are technically anti-vehicle, but not in the efficient manner that a ranged weapon could be. So let's continue. Homunculi taking a lot of shots to the face. What do you plan to achieve here, Homunculi? Absolutely nothing. Okay, alright. I mean, playing a game for this long, your brain does eventually go a little bit doolally. I know that I keep on having these little narcoleptic fits going on at the moment where I forget what I'm doing or what's going on in the game. It's not a fit necessarily, it's just your mind kind of goes blank for about 2 or 3 seconds. So if that's happening to me and I'm just casting, imagine how much stress and exhaustion these players are under with all this micromanaging as well. The Dark Eldar managing to kill a whole fighting force there. And now we'll come over some more. Dice though, probably biting off a little bit more than it can chew. It's been surrounded by Wraith Lords. One Farseer. How much troops have you got online at the moment? I've got a fair few. They're just spread out across the map at the moment. So do you bring them back into the fold? make one big army for the Eldari? Or do you continue with all these little hit and runs everywhere?
We are under enemy fire.
Hard to say, really. Hard to say.
We are under enemy fire.
But a large firing line of Wraith Lords. Just pound for pound, one of the most efficient units that are in the Eldar roster. And not really been able to push in. Not for that amount of Wraith Lords going on.
Taking damage.
We'll need more men inside their army. Raven has spotted all these lads. But, oh right, the second I thought that the Dark Eldar were attacking their own base. That's not how this game works. Mr. Espada. Wraith Lord down. That's okay, they've got plenty more where they came from. And a Farseer just to oversee what's going on. We've got a couple of Reaver jetbacks. That's a blast from the past. Warp Spire's been wiped out to a man. And yeah, with the lack of money that the Eldar have at the moment, have gone back to trying out the Dark Reapers. Also got men over here. And plenty of Bright Lancers as well. Devastating Warp Storm on top of all these dudes. A beautiful little slice of death as well. All these Dark Reapers really struggling to stay alive. Good lord. That is just perfect little bit of situation is going on for the Eldari, for the Drukhari there. There was a large army, now that not necessarily is. Avatar Kane there. He's in here doing what he can. Quite low on health and will go down. But the Wraith Lords continuing push on, and those Darklands platforms basically deleting buildings and vehicles in splits of seconds. Are now a bit of revenge as the Farseer casts lightning on herself, more or less. Good lord. That is certainly not what you expect. Dice over here is dead, I assume. Flames are everywhere. Breaking morale. Dark Reapers have been crucibled. As the Wraith Lords just continually stomp and smash everyone in close combat. War Beast doing relatively well on their morale side of things. For how much longer? Yeah, out of Scourges for massive damage. And more Dark Reapers coming in. The Wraith Lords aren't going to go down. They're alive and well. And the Dark Elf, oh yeah, their economy is not doing well at all. They cannot afford to reinforce all their units here that they've lost for all this lightning and Farseer nonsense. And Espada says GG, which I was not expecting that. Good heavens, after that singular, well, yeah, the combination of the Dark Lancy Thingamadoodad from the Dais and that Soulstorm killing the vast majority of those Dark Reapers, I thought that Espada would be able to come down, finish off all these Wraith Lords, and then swoop in for the death and destruction. But no, the Eldari just been able to survive and just, I don't even know how that happened, really. It was just outlasting the economy as all these things start to decay and such. But yeah, beautiful match all the way through. Both factions and both players being used to their utmost maximal capabilities. A very defensive start for the Eldari here, but using every trick of the trade to stay alive and just getting into that late game and just basically throwing that poor Avatar Kane off as many times as he can. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Is it sad that he dies all the time? It is, but that's what he's there for, gosh darn it. He's there to absorb the fire and such. So there we go. Explosive game, almost an hour long. Thank you for watching at home. And if you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you once a game a week, and there is also a Discord where Discord things happen. As Mr. Landshark, pleasure's always never short, and I'll see you in a bit. Peace.